Hi folks, welcome back and thank you so much for joining. So as promised today we're planting. This is Sunday and we've designated Sunday as the day that we plant. It just seems right. So that's what we're going to do. Dan's not here yet, but I thought I would get started because there are some changes you may notice. So I have abandoned pulling the shelves up high with the weight of the water. It was, even though the system could handle it, I couldn't. Okay. So what we've gone is from floor to ceiling, and we've gone with shelves. And I sort of, for many reasons, I like this system better. Anything heavy is always safest all the way on the ground. And so that's what we have. We have the weight supported all the way to the ground, to the floor. Now, there's quite a bit of lighting going on, and I'm going to move in closer to show you the amazing growth that we've had over the near 2 weeks since you've seen this. And we're going to explain some of the things that you'll see here. The lights, of course, I've got everything, and his brother and his sister too, as far as lights going on these plants, because I've calculated that I'm only getting roughly 4 hours of direct sunlight, even in this location, because of the angle of the sun in the winter. Now that's pretty good, 4 hours, but if you're going to grow things like lettuce and tomatoes, they say a minimum of 6. So we're augmenting with lighting. I'm also using a reflective film to cover, so that any reflected light and lights will be reflected back to anything that's sitting in the back, so that we have direct sunshine on both sides. Okay, it doesn't have to filter through the plant. So that's what these are. This is just a roll-up mirrored film. I got this on Amazon. So this is the addition here. Today we're going to be transplanting, and we're going to be moving these. We're going to be moving these from here to here, because from here we're going to need 5 hours. But we're also going to add another set of shelves here because we're growing. And we're going to get into some of the additions to the way that we're growing the lettuce. We talked about the Ziploc bag, and that's working out just great. But to keep things more compact and better supported, I've added the addition of these white cylinders, and I'm going to show you how I made those today as well. So there's a busy day. Oh, sorry. Listen, folks, when an idea doesn't work, be quick to abandon it. So that gets you to your goal much faster. So got some used paracord that I need to repurpose somehow. Quite a bit of it, as a matter of fact. So, and some cable that I ordered. So, okay, so everything's going to get moved over here, and we're going to transplant lettuce and herbs today, and we're going to do a little bit of doctoring up with our lettuce that's growing here now to help them along, because the cylinders, and let me try to show you those now. I've done this in such a way that I can hopefully just roll these up. Simple. Okay, So let's go for folding. They fold nicely without wrinkling, and that's what I want to do. But so I've added these cylinders here, and the baggie is down inside there with the drainage holes in the bottom. And this allows me to bottom water, which is the best way. So we're going to zoom in on this stuff here, and I'm going to walk you through here. And I'm hoping you can see from the distance how our freckled lettuce has really jumped up. I've actually nibbled a few of the leaves, but it's going very nicely. What we have in the baggies, as you can see, growing like crazy, but I'm going to need to do something for them to put them in a cylinder like this to help them get to full maturity. Now, these are still folded down. One of the additional benefits of growing in a baggie, well, there's a couple of them that I'm going to reveal to you today. One is I've decided that I'm going to germinate inside the baggie. So we're going to sow directly seed into, so we're going to go from seed to harvest, I think is what they call that, seed to harvest. So that I'm going to sow directly in the baggie, and it's going to grow to full maturity inside that baggie. I'm also going to use the baggie for germination. So it seems to be ideal. Put your dirt in there, put your seed in there, your water, okay? Get everything perfect. Close up the baggie. Let it germinate for a couple of days. It'll sprout very quickly. As soon as it sprouts, you can open the baggie and give it full sun from that point. It may need a little water. Wintertime indoor plants don't need a lot of water. I haven't watered these for a week because I started out with way too much water, and that was one of my very first mistakes, was too much water. So we're going to reveal that today. Go easy on the water. In a farm, it takes 7 gallons of water to bring a head of lettuce to full maturity outside in a field. Indoors, it only takes 1/3 of a gallon. Now that's over a 2-month period, 1/3 of a gallon. So you can see how little water it's going to take to grow lettuce indoors. Our tomatoes are way up top right now. You can't even see them, but we're going to bring them down when we reshuffle these, and you're going to see these, but they are doing well too, as well as the one that was running behind. And his name is a micro Tom. So I have 3 types of tomatoes, and I have 8 of them. And folks, I'm worried that's a lot of tomatoes. So we're going to do well in our garden giveaway. A lot of people are excited and waiting for this, so we're all very excited about this, and I'm very happy to share all of this with you. So we're going to do some work as soon as Dan gets here. Okay, and so the ladder is the replacement for the all that. I even had a come along for a day or two, and that is just so slow. So I don't mind. I can zip up and down a ladder. So that's what we're going to do there. Okay. Now a few things like this right here. This is going to be from microgreens as well, but the 2 shelves that are down here, they're not doing anything, but they will also hold microgreens. And now microgreens, they grow so fast that I don't really need to put up a lot right now because the rest of our garden is not ready. So a week before we're ready to take our stuff to the market, that's when we're going to grow our microgreens. And they don't really need a lot of light, just ambient light is fine for them. So they can grow underneath a shelf like this. Just room light is fine. A little bit of light, that's all they need. And over here, I'm heating the space with a thermal mass. I don't know if you can see that. I'm going to run around and adjust the camera and zoom in on this because this is something I want to show you that's going to help heat your space. Oh yeah, you can see that just fine. Yeah, you can see that just fine. Okay, so this is a, we all know what this is. This is they do 600, 900, 1500 watts heaters. They're oil filled, but the modern ones don't really have a lot of oil in them. I don't think they have very much at all, but the old ones now, they had a lot of oil and they could truly heat a space without problem. So to make up for the fact that they don't put any oil in these things anymore, we have to think around them. Now, a good way that I like to do, it's passive, and you can actually get a little bit creative with it as well. And that is to create yourself a thermal mass. And if you look up Tron wall, don't even know if I'm saying it right, but that's what I call it, a Tron wall. It's simply a thermal mass, and you heat that thermal mass, and that thermal mass will release heat into the room for several hours after the heat source has been shut off. So that's what I'm using here, and it's working really well. I've maintained 74 degrees up top for several days now. So just one heater. So I think we're doing pretty well there. Okay, so all right, let's wait for Dan. And I think Mini Dan is going to be here today as well. Well, let's go around these shelves and we'll discuss. I have some successes, some great successes, and I have a couple of failures as well. So, I think we understand why. So, hopefully, our next swat at it, we're going to be more successful. As you can see, lettuce. Such an easy thing to do because I think we did it all wrong and yet it's still sprouted and it's doing just great. So if you want to start something easy with high probability of success, you may want to start with some lettuce. This type right here is the, it's speckled or freckled. It's a loose leaf lettuce. I think I would like to hunt for some bib lettuce. I have that on the way, and I want to try my hand at bib lettuce. I think it will suit the baggy system rather nicely. So here is more. We have more sprouting. This is week 3. I'm sprouting. We're planting every 2 weeks, so we've got something coming up here. And we still have a little bit of Swiss chard from where I grabbed some, what I thought was just empty soil. I'll take care of him. He'll become an adult, or he may become a today's lunch. So here we go here. He's jumping. And these get transplanted today because, as you can see, there's just not enough soil in these trays to do anything. And I've been bottom watering, just lift it up. And I gave this tray 1 cup about a week ago from the bottom, and it seems to be just plenty. It's going to get watered today. Everything that gets transplanted gets watered, and everything gets watered today. Because it's been a week. Here are the baggies. It's doing well, but we're going to put them in cylinders today, and we'll explain that later. So we have 1 brave spinach, and the rest of them did not sprout, and that's because for some reason there's no holes in the bottom of these baggies. So nothing sprouted, unless we talk about romaine. Romaine sprouted in the worst horrible conditions. There are no holes in the bottoms of these bags, and yet I think the romaine, for the most part, all 4 of them sprouted. It's amazing. So, in the winter, folks. Okay, here we have 2 weeks. This is oak leaf green, and this is the, I can't wait to see this. This is red salad. And I think this is a head lettuce, but it's coming up like a loose leaf again, so I don't know anything about this stuff, but we're gonna find out. We have transplants of arugula and transplants of Swiss chard. So those are doing fairly well. Now, these are going to be adult plants, so most of these will get clipped back pretty soon. As soon as we see which one's going to be the strongest, we're going to clip them back to 1 per pot. Here is where we have the most to discuss, and that is the herbs. We've had a little success, and we've had a lot of failure. Here is parsley. None of the parsley came up, so we're going to try this again today. However, I'm not going to use these trays again. Everything's going to go in cylinders. The herbs, we're going to use Dixie cups, the red Dixie cups. But basil, it doesn't look like you can hold basil back. So it sprouted well. We have one tiny oregano, and he's growing so slowly. We had 0 chives, again, a big disappointment. I really want chives. And cilantro is doing well. A couple of them started late, but they were a slow starter. They were a nice surprise, but the basil jumped right up. So, and that's good. I mean, this is a very popular herb. So, the oregano, I really want to try that, but that's going to be a slow grower. I want chives, and I would really like to see some parsley, but not today. But we're going to restart these again. Okay. Okay, folks, with freshly washed hands, I'm now going to touch my trays, and we're going to move them down. a video. I mean, I took a picture.
So we're gonna let go. We're gonna open it.
What? Don't fold it down because we're gonna use the
Close it for the germination.
exactly.
Okay.
Make
So
it even simpler.
We're not folding it right away.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, we fold it after it germinates.
I need you to be on that side. There you go.
About a ½ inch from the bottom, 4 of them. A little closer to the bottom. Yeah. And one near the top for germination. Okay, folks, so here we are. We're going to plant these, and like I said, we're going to go from seed to harvest inside the baggie. We put a baggie with dirt inside there. You saw us poke the holes, and then once we plant the seed, we're going to close this up and use the baggie as the germination chamber as well. So, and then a couple of days we open it up once it sprouts and it wants sunshine. So that's what we're going to do. So first off, we're going to just dampen the top pretty good. There's a lot of dirt, but we want to dampen it enough of the dirt so that it stays moist in here for a couple of days. So we don't need to fully saturate the dirt. We just want to establish enough moisture in there that it has enough to germinate for a couple of days. So, okay, so what do you got there first, Dan?
Yeah, chives.
Okay, let's do chives. We put in clusters, so 4 or 5 is fine. Whatever you have in your fingers is, yeah. Let's drop those in there. Okay, and
A little top dirt.
little what?
What do you want?
Oh, no. I don't want you to into the. You ready for the
ahead.
next one?
Yep.
Yeah. Show them a close up of the seeds when you can while I'm sprinkling this down. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, show them in the baggie. Okay. Now, just once you drop those in there, 4 or 5 of them, and then just kick the dirt up on top of them. It's already in there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Got this one.
okay. And put, like I said, just enough water to establish a good damp pad on top for a couple of days for these to germinate. And then once they germinate, we're going to open this up and then we're going to bottom water. And we poked holes and everything, so from that point, the soil is going to absorb the water and the plants are going to be fed from the bottom. So, okay. Okay, now at that point, all we're going to do is we're just going to zip this closed. So, as you can see, what you want to do is you want to keep this clean, the zipper part clean, and leave enough space when you're filling this with dirt so that you can close this. That's the mistake we made last week. We put in too much dirt, couldn't close. So now it's my plan that these herbs will grow to full adult size right inside this Dixie cup. Okay, and now, so we're going to do, what, 3 parsley?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, same thing, just okay.
You want one?
Yep, go for it.
Just
Oh,
one?
what is it, parsley?
This is parsley.
Yeah, I think that's also a singular plant, so do 4 or 5. Cilantro is the one, or the oregano is the one that we're going to use just one.
Okay.
Or put in a double. Okay, that should be good enough. Hey, Minnie Dan.
Yeah.
Can you give me a marker, please? Thank you, sir.
That one doesn't work for me though.
Modern man cannot live without tape. I'm convinced. I'm in desperate need of duct tape and painter's tape. Oh no, we're out. There is no more. I
Yeah,
gotta.
I don't
Yeah.
think there is
Yeah.
anymore.
So this was what?
Chives.
Chives. Yes. And what's today's date, Danny?
Today's date is the. Hold on.
23rd?
Yeah, was the 23rd, I think?
Yes, the 23rd.
And we have, what was the other one?
We had
Chives.
chives, parsley,
Parsley.
and I'm getting ready for the oregano.
Those tiny little things.
Maybe a pencil guy.
Ooh wee. Oh wee. That's why they come up so tiny too.
Thank you.
Okay, now if you recall, we poked a hole near the top so these can breathe while they're germinating. And we're gonna put these on the germination shelf and let them go. There we go. Okay. So now it's just a matter of letting these germinate, and I'm going to put them in a nice warm place right up here. And then of course, once they pop up, we're gonna give them a little of the good light there. So I made a note for myself, and that is to germinate. Cilantro and basil, they like a soil temperature between 80 to 85 Fahrenheit. So that's why we're gonna put them in a warm spot here. I think they'll be plenty warm here, but we'll see what happens. All right then. So, well, that's everything we got for you now. So I appreciate you joining, and y'all take care now. Bye-bye.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Perfect.
I accidentally hit the box.